Today I'm here with Khee. He is a beloved client, also a friend, and he is one of the guys who has invested himself in multiple properties and has a lot of experience and a lot of insights to give you about why you should invest in one property and why you should not. Keep watching. We'll be doing a series of videos which will have question and answers about what's good and what's not bad if you're looking to buy a property in Dubai. Khee, what is NADB?
So NADB is not a Dubai broker. It is basically me.
What does that mean?
It is a valuation and consultancy service for real estate that is independent and impartial.
Right. You basically evaluate the projects. I've seen some of the reports you've made on
Yeah.
TikTok where you evaluate how much people can make, what are the goods and what are the bads.
Yeah, all of that from an investor perspective.
From an investor
Precisely.
perspective. How did you start that?
I have spoken to a lot of real estate agents, yourself included, and there are not many good ones. And I think, a lot of investors really want to have someone that informs them the right investing decisions, not just push properties after properties in their faces. So as someone who's an investor myself, I think there is a huge market gap in terms of information here in Dubai that brokers do not share. That's the reason why I think it's important to have an intermediary like myself to share investor-led perspective on all things Dubai real estate.
So anyone can reach you out on Not a Dubai Broker on TikTok, and are you on Insta as well?
Yeah, and I also have a website as well if you want to contact me.
What's your website?
It's www.notadubroker.com.
Great. So if anybody wants it or wants help from it, check it out. As Not a Dubai Broker, have you consulted any clients before, and how has it impacted their buying decision when it comes to the properties?
Yeah, of course. So I've consulted a lot of my network freely in the past, but for paid clients, yes, I've done that. I've dissuaded them from buying very overpriced studios in JVC, and also I steered them towards great investments where they kind of put $500,000 in a studio unit, and with a bank valuation, they already went up to 600K just over 2 weeks.
Oh, perfect. So as an investor yourself, how did you get started on real estate investments in Dubai? You're basically from Singapore.
Yeah, so I've been in Dubai for 3 years now. I started buying my first property in August last year, but for personal end use. And as I kind of bought and researched more about real estate, I bought 2 more, one in February and one in May, and I got deeper and deeper into this very fascinating industry. The Dubai real estate market is super well regulated. You have so much data everywhere. So for me, it became a really fun moment to do all my mathematics, do all my research, and talk to brokers like you to make the best informed decisions.
What did you buy in February and the other month you said?
For February, I bought Elite by Danube. It's an off-plan property ready in 2025. It is minutes away from the JVC Circle Mall. And for me, that was what caught my eye when I thought about buying it in the first place.
And the other one? Other two?
The other one was, the more recent one is Oxford Gardens by Iman Developers. That is in Arjan. I bought for a studio unit, very close to Miracle Gardens and hopefully a metro coming the way. And my first one, which I really wanted to live in, is One Residences by Wassel near Zabil Park.
The best one, I think.
I love it.
You said you bought in Elite. How would you rate your experience with the Danube property?
My experience with Danube as an investor, I think, look, Danube, now that I spend more time in the market, is not the most premium developer we have in Dubai. Yes, they have fully furnished unit, which is great. However, it is also not the most top end, as you can see, offered by some other developers. That said, I think the unique selling point of the 1% payment plan might appeal to a select group of people, myself included at that point in time, where it kind of screams affordability. But if you look at, my channel about post-handover payment plans, there is a certain element of premium that's baked in when they offer a very long payment plan and post-handover payment plan, such that the capital appreciation that you get as an investor at the end of the day is a bit more diminished. Now, that said, I think, Danube, you see it everywhere with its Elite's kind of billboards and now Oceans. So it is still, there is still a place for investors or end users to look into buying a property from them.
So how was your buying experience with Iman Developers?
That is great. I think Iman Developers is kind of seen as an up-and-coming developer that's quite boutique right now. I think they have about maybe 9 across the JVC area. Some have told me they are like the Ellingtons before Ellington became Ellington. So I think it'll be quite interested to see how that goes. So far, the experience has been great. So I got a studio at Arjan, I've mentioned before, at around 550,000 dirhams. And 2 months later, the same broker reached out to me to say, look, check out the inventory in Iman for studios as well, and it's appreciated to 650,000 dirhams. Now, I haven't sold it yet, but I think it's a very good sign that, the Arjan area and Iman developers are up and rising, and I'm excited to see their Oxford 10 launch.
Because I've been hearing about them a lot.
Yeah.
They started with JVC, and in JVC itself, Oxford buildings,
Yeah.
they always have the rentals and the price appreciation is on the higher side as compared to the other one.
Precise. It's kind of like
Base-
Belgravia with
Exactly.
Ellington kind of thing.
Mainly because of the quality and the whole end product they offer.
I think it'll be quite interesting to see how they scale up and in terms of execution and client service, right? Because that's what Ellington does really well. I think with Iman now that they have 10 plus properties under their belt and they're launching a new one, it will be interesting to see how whether they can keep up. I think that's the testament of the next phase of their development.
So you posted some videos about the post handover payment plans in Dubai. Are they good or are they bad?
See, it's a very interesting question. I think it depends on who you are and what your financial situation is. So I think the post handover payment plan appeals to a very specific group of audience where they can't get access to a mortgage from the bank, but they also can't afford 100% cash at handover. So we talk about there's 3 years, 5 years post handover payment plans that are generally offered in this market. Whilst they are great for the segments of audience I've mentioned, they kind of built in the premium of capital appreciation that you'll get from buying a property at all cash. So that's kind of like a trade-off you have to make when you consider your investment, objectives, right? That's how I feel about post-handover payment plan.
So tell me, Khee, how not a Dubai broker will add value to prospective investors?
Yeah, sure. I'm an investor myself. I've bought off-plan and ready properties. I've bought it in cash and in mortgage. I roughly know the feeling and the experience of going through such property purchases firsthand. And as an investor and not a broker, I do not have the incentive to make prospective investors buy bad investments, which I think is very important to note because this means I'm impartial, I'm objective, and I bring the investment perspective to help some prospective buyers very, very good investing decisions. So Hassan, you have been in this industry for quite a while now. Tell us, what do you do that others don't do?
So I've been doing this for over 6 years now. I've been with the Mac, I've been with Azizi, and I've been a broker for 3 years. Now, Alhamdulillah, I'm managing a team as well. What I do that others don't is, I think I don't do a lot of stuff which others do.
You want to elaborate?
Each industry has some dirty secrets.
Yeah.
For me, it's like providing the quality service. Sometimes I always not get business, but I make relationships.
Correct.
Like the one with you.
I
You haven't
agree.
bought a property from me.
No.
Do you think you'll buy one day?
Definitely.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll see, right?
Yeah.
But we still become friends. So
Precisely.
most of my clients are my friends.
And I can also say that from first-hand experience, right? I think, we met at EMA sales center. We talked a bit about, Dubai real estate market anyway. Didn't buy anything from you. 2 weeks later, I went to Ras Al Khaimah. I think I remember I told you about it. And I asked you about your thoughts, your feedback. You ask your friends who is working in Ras Al Khaimah about the industry. And for me, I think that actually cemented, trust and credibility because no other Dubai broker would do that, I would say. So I think
That's why not a Dubai broker.
Precisely. So I think that's a testament to what you've just said about building relationships, not just transactions. So tell me, Hassan, so what is the favorite project you have sold so far in your career?
I've only sold the projects which were my favorite. So some of them didn't do well, of course, because of the market sometimes. But as we stand right now, apart from one apartment which is still kind of struggling, every apartment that I sold or a villa or a townhouse is kind of in plus in terms of price. The rentals are good. So I mainly sold off plan. So most of them, the rentals are still yet come, but we are waiting handovers. I would say a favorite project. I really loved Arabian Ranches 3 for that matter. But Arabian Ranches 3 is now pretty much done, so it's already sale. My next favorite project is Imara Oasis. And one of the reasons it's favorite because I had checks, I can get the unit.
So Hassan, you deal with a lot of projects. What is one project right now that people should sit up and look out for?
Right now, I personally think Dubai Design District by the Way Holding, Miras. It's a underrated project. The location is amazing and there is still inventory. And I think it's going to make a lot of sense. That's one. Second, there's a project called Census. I initially did not believe in it, but recently I had a chance of visiting it. And in terms of the product to value, what it does is it has really good room sizes. The location is great. And the way market is going, this product is set to appreciate. It's ready. And for end users, it's one of the best communities. And also, if you're looking forward, I think next phases of Imar Oasis, because it's a very critical location. And again, Imar has brought a community after 10 long years. It's going to be something really incredible. And not to miss Ham Jabal Ali.
Yes, that's
It's
true.
going to do great.
So Hassan, a bit of a personal question. What is one piece of real estate that you wish you can own today? assuming unlimited amount of money.
Again, fungibility, Mar Oasis. But realistically speaking, because let's be a little realistic, I think something in downtown, like a good address unit, overlooking downtown Burj Khalifa, just makes a lot of sense.
Good returns, good Airbnb,
Good
good
returns,
anything.
Airbnb, and the value of or the prestige of living in downtown in the Golden Circle is just something else.
So Hassan, when we met before, I was still a new real estate investor in Dubai. Looking forward, what advice will you give to new real estate investors here in the market?
So as of right now, the Dubai market is doing great, but so there is good and bad. So the challenge right now here is the good projects, they sell fast. But in a good market, not so good projects, they also sell fast. So the research that you're going to be doing about the projects, it has to be very thorough, because right now, if you look at any product, it's doing good.
Yeah.
But you need to look at it from the perspective that, let's say 3 years, if you go 3 years back, the market was down. Would this product, would this offer exist or sustain in that market or not? Right? Right now, market is good, and we hope it doesn't look like that it's going to slow down anytime soon. There is a cycle, it'll come when it's going to come, but within next 1 to 2 3 years, I don't see it happening down. It'll affect crypto market. It is affecting lots of things are affecting over the world, but Dubai is sustaining itself. It's on an upward trend.
So extending to your answer, Hassan, as a new investors, what are some qualities of developments that we should look at that would help us understand whether this development will stand the test of time, or is it just like a hot property for now?
I mean, if you look at it, the first thing you want to look at is the developer. Like you mentioned, demand developer. They did few projects and then they were pretty right on what they were doing. They kept on going for it, right? And in the end, everybody is happy. The projects are good.
Yeah.
Similarly, you can say Bengati. Nobody believed in Bengati. A Silicon Oasis developer coming out, doing Jeddah, Business Bay, and then JVC. Yellow buildings, small buildings, this and that. So many objections. But they stand right now at so many buildings completed. They're like, without a shadow of a doubt, they're the fastest developer ever. 1 year, I mean, if you tell somebody that Bengati will delay, or if you ask somebody when Bengati's building will be ready, the answer is 1 year.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Because they don't extend it beyond 1 year. So developer, then you got to look at the amenities, then you got to look at the reputation of what they've done before, how they stand. Like for instance, Damac, there was a lot of bad reputation about Damac. But as we speak today, Damac stands at two big communities handed over, really popular in downtown Business Bay. After Emar, what name do you see? Damac. And at the same time, they've gone most of the places now. And Damac Lagoon was a deal breaker. Damac Lagoon, people have made so much money already that we just holding our horses. What will happen when the project gets handed over?
So Hassan, you've been in this business for quite a while now. So what advice would you give to new real estate agents here in Dubai?
For new real estate agents, there are lots of real estate agents in Dubai. Being a new agent, first thing you need to work on is your product knowledge, the goods and the bads, and be true. Because lying and stealing doesn't get you so far. I've been able to get here. I have made my mistakes, but I've learned and made a conscious effort that I'm not going to make those mistakes again. But at the end of the day, as of right now, when we speak, I have all of my clients with me. They trust me still. Some of them don't, but because there's this type of client who just buy from a broker and then just move on. So it's all right. That's fine.
Got you. And is Springfield's the best place for new agents to join?
Of course. I'm hiring, by the way.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Hassan.